What's up, boys? Today we're going to be checking out Vampire Survivors and see if it's still worth playing in the year of our Lord 2025. My save was reset, so I lost a few runs and then finally barely managed to scrape one win together, so I'm very light on the meta progression. I maxed out Greed so we could finish that a bit faster, and then just a little sprinkle of points everywhere. Amount is pretty strong early on, and then we're going to try and unlock some stuff. There's an absolute ton of stuff now. They've constantly been releasing expansions and new content. There was a free one recently that actually sounded pretty cool. That's why I'm back here. And I've just been going with Mortasio. I think he's one of the strongest early ones with a bunch of extra projectiles. Almost all of the weapons have some sort of projectiles, so just giving a bunch extra there is pretty good. You can see I've only gotten the one dairy plant. And it does have co-op. Now I believe it's like the Steam remote play thing. So some limitations on that, and there's a very important unlock in the Gallo tower we need to get, I believe, the Arcana thing, which should be a huge power boost once I get that, if I can manage to actually do it here. And the new expansion they just released recently, Emerald Diorama, I think, is completely free, and it had some pretty interesting sounding things like some squad-based characters. It's supposed to be based on a Square Enix RPG series that I don't actually know anything about called Saga, but one of the characters is supposed to be a combination of two people working together, and then one of them is supposed to summon like a squad of like 3 or 4 different characters that fight for you, and those sound really cool to me, so I want to get my unlocks back up and eventually try out some of that stuff. So we're replaying through all the stuff and seeing how it holds up. So far my impressions are that it's not the greatest in the early game. You'll eventually hit a point where you just can't avoid all of the enemy attacks and slowly get whittled down by unavoidable damage. A lot of the newer age bullet heavens will have ways to play around that with like active abilities or dash attacks or stuff like that, but Vampire Survivors seems to be more of a full-on stat-based thing, so if you don't have the meta progression or the levels and the important weapons, I should actually be grinding out some levels here. We're not going to be able to get all the way up there with just a level 1 bone, which goes into what I was saying right there, so we're definitely going to need some more weapons and some passives here to actually make it all the way up there to the Arcana, and actually get that without dying. Would like to win as well if possible. The axe, I think I just got the passive for that, so that has pretty nice AoE damage potential. And they even have a little combination guide in the game now, so that's very nice, although I think it only shows the things that you unlocked in the current playthrough. So I haven't even done that many different weapons yet, and I don't think I even have that one. So I'm not sure if we can do the dagger. But I just got the axe thing, and that's pretty nice if you can get the evolution. I don't think we can evolve the bones yet either. I believe there's also that one secret character if you go to the very far south, but that's probably going to be complete Sudoku if I try to do that. So the cross is the clover. I actually don't think I have that unlocked. I got the pentagram in my last run where I barely won, but that has some pretty annoying stuff where it will actually destroy the gems and any chests that are currently on the screen. So that leads you into kind of a difficult like early to mid game before you evolve it, where you're actually losing out on a lot of XP and chests and stuff. See if we can get some of these pickups as well. Some magnets would be nice, or the fire breath thing. Okay, so you definitely don't want to step on those. Good to know that. Oh my god. 2 attacks almost killed you, really? Bible should be nice with the extra projectiles. Now we could really use some healing. Like, there's so many enemies at some points that it's difficult to avoid everything. And then 2 attacks is that much damage, my god. and I don't really even have much regen yet. Obviously, you're not supposed to run over some of the things on some of the stages, but I don't remember exactly all of them. Let's go with some more Bible to try and keep them off of me. Do I know what goes with that one? Probably not. I don't think it's something that I had unlocked already, so it's probably like duration maybe? Which I don't think I even have. Oh, that's actually the one at the very bottom here, so that should be doable then later on. And then here, just getting some good passives locked in might be fairly helpful. So we'll definitely want that just to make sure I have enough damage for the entire run. And then the cooldown reduction is very good, since it's a flat, like 5 or 8% or something per level. Every point in that gets you sort of closer to 100% and becomes even better. So we can barely even destroy those things. So Cross goes with the Clover. Duplicator. We'll definitely want that just for the passive effects. A lot of extra projectiles combining with our character's passive. And then the Lightning Ring that it goes with is not bad. It's kind of random, so you can't really control where you're hitting enemies with it. Probably take the bone. The wand goes with the cooldown thing, which does work. But I'm not sure if I want to lock that in. Okay, I do have the Clover, so we could grab the Cross then. I think that is pretty good with projectiles. And then having some luck actually allows certain like physical type weapons like the knife and the cross and all to actually do a crit, so that seems like it could work. The whip as well, and the axe also. So there's a good amount of like physical type weapons that can crit with that, on top of giving you the extra chance of getting more choices. Little freeze thing from that destructible over there. My god, I'm weak. Axe level. I just wish I could have some decent constant damage to destroy those, but I don't. Why did that guy like teleport on me? What? I don't think I have the thing that goes with the garlic. The HP regen thing, I'm pretty sure. Thank God, some floor chicken. Oh, those red guys reform after they die, right? That's what it was. I killed one of them, and then I wasn't paying attention, and he respawned on top of me. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Oops, snake boy. I imagine you only get one of the Arcanas, so if it's not relevant to the build here, then it might not end up doing anything either. I know there was one of them that fits with the luck-based stuff, and I think it gives you like an extra chance to crit or something. Bible level, area and speed, that's pretty nice. Probably take a Bible level. If we can get that to almost constant uptime, that'll be huge for helping me push through waves of enemies. So that's the speed thing that goes with the knife. I don't think I've unlocked that yet. Maybe we'll get that from looting it here. It's decent with the Bible. It's fine for most of the other stuff, but it's not really as unique for those. While with the Bible, it's like letting you hit more often and knock back more. Here, probably take the bone level and proj and some base damage on top of that. But there's also a trick where if you fill up your passive slots first and then you grab them afterwards, you can actually go past the cap. So the whip will go with the HP item, which isn't the greatest, but getting some lifesteal from the evolved version actually would be very helpful. And I think it does work with the plus projectiles. Yeah, it seems like it. So that can give you a lot of extra survivability if you get the evolution and the passive from that. I played a ton of Vampire Survivors when it first came out, but I quit before any of the expansions started getting released. I think I went fully over to Soulstone Survivors once that came out. And we're already at a point where I can barely even move. What was that? Okay, a freeze thing. So this goes with the axe, big AoE. That'll be nice for, I think, all of my weapons here, so that's fantastic. I could get probably just a bone level, improve the weapons. It's one of the better ones without having an evolution, although having an evolution would definitely improve it a lot. Yeah, already looking pretty rough. I don't even know if I can get to that chest, man, Jesus. I think we need to evolve the axe soon if possible. I guess I'll go ahead and grab that since it goes with the duplicator. Empty tome. We'll definitely want that because cooldown is one of the best stats in the game. So we need 4 more levels on that, and that's the only one I can currently evolve. We'll want to get the heart to go with the whip, so that I can do that for the survivability. These guys might just keep respawning, so I'm not sure if killing them even does anything for me. And now we've got bullet hell going too. Tome is fairly helpful. Let's do that to try and get the Bible uptime up. Okay, a magnet, nice. That'll be very helpful, I think. Another Bible level. Can't evolve any of those yet anyways. We don't want the orb, although the Santa water that goes with that would have been pretty good with all the projectiles we get. Yeah, I think we're gonna need some evolution soon, though. Probably some area, make it easier to hit them and keep them off me. I guess as long as I unlock the Arcana, it doesn't really matter too much if I die here. Since that'll be such a big power spike anyways, it'll help out the other runs. I think the red numbers that pop up occasionally are the crits from the weapons, like the whip and the axe. I think I might have left a chest down there. That's with the arrow on top of everything else. Another arrow and all the icons down there is. Can you see how close? Oh, I actually am pretty close. I don't remember what that question mark is, but I think the card is the Arcana thing. Another Bible level. Hopefully there isn't something crazy regarding this, but something seems to be going on here. Let's get the bone level, I think. What is all of that? My god. Looks like the Bible's actually destroying the projectiles, though. Enables the unlocking and activation of Arcanas. So we start with healing is doubled, recovering HP damages nearby enemies for the same amount. Looks like that's the only one. That's not amazing, but it does combo with the evolved whip and might be decent with that. And then we're looking for whatever that thing is. Oh, that's actually something outside of the tower. Lightning ring, probably? We could grab that now. Yeah, sure. Let's go bone here, I think. That's almost maxed out, and we can remove that from the pool as well as being a decent weapon. Here's the hearts for the whip evolution. Then axe level, that's going to be our main weapon probably. I might have to look up how you get to that thing. It might not even be something I can do right now. It's been quite a while since I've played. Grab the bone just to max that out. Yeah, I don't remember how to get over there. Alright, down to the bottom, and hopefully grab the duration passive thing, so that we can eventually evolve the Bible as well in this run. Axe up to level 7, then one more and we can get the Evo there. That'll be a huge boost. Not even halfway in and I can barely move. Oh, Jesus. That just seems unfair when you can barely move already. Looks like I should have just taken the hits from the enemies instead. Floor chicken, yes! Oh yeah, we can grab the speed thing on the way down there now also. Potentially go up to 8 passive items maybe? Probably Tome will give me the most power here. And I really just want to survive. Axe Evo, please. Okay, there we go. The scythe thingy passes through enemies, and I believe it fires in a huge circle around you as well. So that'll cover all angles. So now we have 7. I think I'll probably just take that for the little bit of power right now. If you're close to an evolution, you can hold them for a bit, but we are not until I get the duration thing to go with the 5 right now. Save the chicken for later if possible. Grab all of the gold. I need all the meta progression I can get. But yeah, I think there's like 5 or so expansions out for the game now. And each one has added a ton of new characters and weapons and all. And they're pretty reasonably priced too. If you catch them on sale, it'll be like $10 to $20 for the game and all DLCs for it. It seems like they usually have a sale on them when they release a new one as well. Chest on there somewhere. Can I see? Oh my god, that is extremely far up there. We definitely need the duration thing pretty soon. I think I'm just gonna keep going for that. Bible. Oh yeah, those guys do revive after they die. So you have to be careful where you're walking as you're killing them. That's pretty annoying, to be honest, when you're trying to move around the map. The weapon levels looking now, not great to be honest. Mainly just the Bible if we can get to that thing. And I hope that's the combo. Finally, the reviving guys are gone. We can actually move a bit. Get the Bible maxed out. Another 8 levels will give me +1 projectile from the passive. That'll be pretty big as well. Jesus, how long does it take to get to this thing? Duration of weapon effects, yes. Although I think out of these ones that only applies to the Bible, but it'll still be good to have that one unlocked. It's pretty powerful for the weapons it does work on. And then I think we're just going to focus on getting the chests up here. I don't know what that is. Try and actually win this run. Is this another Arcana? No. Evolved King Bible never ends. Okay. Pretty nice. Yeah, these runs have been very difficult, so I'm just going to focus on the current run each time. Other than the Arcana, since that helps all of them so much. I'll look up how to do that one thing on the right side and the secret character later on. Magnet, we could save that for later. I think we just got one recently. We'll probably want to look to get the other evolutions now, since there are a limited number of chests available. We'll go ahead and take one now. See if we can get one evolution ready for the last one, at least. Is that one very, very, very far? I guess the whip level. don't really seem to be affected by the knockback much either. Let's go. Whip is closer. And it also combos with the Arcana, so that should be pretty big as well. Oh, you can destroy his claws. I guess I don't want to be above them since they're like growing upwards. That might be kind of dangerous. Oh yeah, that guy. You have to keep constantly running from him, right? You might actually be able to kill him. I forget how that works. Something else I need to look up. Did I get that chest still? Whip up to level 6, yeah. Oh boy, these guys are gonna take a while. Jesus, that is far. I need 2 more levels and that would be extremely helpful. I might try and farm them and then grab this chest right here. Probably my best chance of surviving now. No whip, of course. We'll take the spinach because it's the highest level. It's almost maxed out. Whip 7. One more level and I might be okay. We have 2 chests, so I guess I'll grab one of these. Hope we get lucky on that. Spellbinder. Very close. And no whip. We can max out the spinach. Please, one more weapon level. Whip, thank God that's maxed. So now we have a bit of healing on hits, can deal critical damage with your luck, and then the healing will cause some explosive damage with that Arcana we got. So as long as I don't get one shot, I should be okay now that we have some consistent healing. What else can I evolve? Both of those work, but they're very low level. And we're almost at the end of the run, so not looking likely for those ones. Huh, we only got up to level 40. Didn't even get close to the 60 breakpoint. Wow. I think the faster you kill enemies, the faster they spawn. So increasing your damage will directly increase your XP as well. And we're not even close to the chest. But I did barely manage to get the win there. Got the Arcana. I'll need to unlock a bunch of those now though. Giant enemy crab, find the randomazo. King Bible to level 4. Okay, so that's what unlocked the speed thing there. So that was the one we had there, the Saraband of Healing. Character customization. Not sure what that is. Some gold coins. Hyper mode for 3 normal stages. Okay, cool. That's looping now. So it looks like the bone was massive damage despite not being evolved. The Bible did a bit more overall, including the base form. Then it took us a while to unlock the Arcana there, but there are some very strong ones once we get those unlocked. Let's see, I think it was Gallo to unlock the new content and expansion, which I don't even have yet. So that's still a ways away, but more meta progression at least. Revival is 10,000, Jesus. It's like 2 wins just to even get that one thing. 1,000 for 3% XP seems kinda nuts. Area is pretty nice, it's not bad. That's actually very good for the weapons it works on. 722, not bad. I could use some more regen, that's doable. Bit of armor to go with that so I don't just die, since I was definitely pretty close. I like area to hit more often. Probably use some movement as well. And then just getting a mix of everything to multiply together, I guess. But yeah, that's Vampire Survivors. I guess you can't really see all of the new stuff here since I'm still going through the base game. But you can see there's a ton of stuff that you'll eventually be able to unlock. So many different expansions they've added in. Can I see the Arcana cards? I don't think so. A lot of different enemies now. Yeah, we're gonna have to use some different weapons to get some of the unlocks in here as well. Oh my god, I need double my level for the unlock there. Crazy. I think that's just a new character to play as, right? Maybe not. But I'm also gonna have to look up some of this stuff, like how you get over to the side for that one thing at the north side of the tower, and other stuff like that. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.